This is Crypto LLC. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Octominer 12 Extreme. Today's video, we're going to be talking about setting it up for a container. So if you think that's interesting, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell, go to cryptollc.org. If you're looking for us to set you up a GPU or ASIC mining farm, a GPU farm such as this one here, this is for a container, so we can do the same thing for you. Go to cryptollc.org. We also sell GPUs and ASICs. Right now is the best time to jump in. And before we get started, Jesus Christ saves your soul and Bitcoin saves your wealth. All right, we got these 10 Octominers just came in from one of our clients. We just unpackaged them and we placed them here because we wanted to see the build out, kind of plan it out, where we're going to put the PDUs, where we're going to put the Ethernet, where we're going to put the miners, how we're going to pull them out, put them in, you know, repairs, services, all that stuff. We have to plan it all out by first placing the miners, creating a plan, creating a build out, and then actually executing on it. So right now, we placed 10 of these units here. They are a little bit less than 3 feet tall, so 3 feet. Then on the bottom here, we're gonna have another set of 10. So I have 10 here, 10 here, and then for a container, a 53-foot container, the height is 108, and measuring that in, we can put another 3, but instead of standing up, we're gonna put them flat. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then on that side, 1, 2, 3. So 6 on top, flat. These ones are standing up 10, and then 10 down here. So that's a total of 26 units of Octominer 12 Extreme. And we calculated that out based on the wattage, the usage, all that stuff. It turns out that in a 53-foot container, you can fit about 700 to 750,000 watts of GPUs. What that means is, if you get a 1 megawatt transformer, that's enough to fit in basically almost 2 full containers, right? Especially if you go with like 40-foot containers, then that's 2 of those. So that gives you an idea of how many containers you need, you know, all that other stuff. Very, very important when you're building out to have your math done correctly and not to waste any money buying things you don't need and all that other stuff. So here's some shots from the back of the build out here. Again, these are standard Octominer build out, right? Nothing fancy, just the 12 Extreme version. They all come with 3 PSUs, 1400 watts each. So 14, 14, 14, that's 3,800, and then 400 more, so that's 3,200 watts. Actually, wait, yeah. Oh man, I'm doing my math wrong. 1,000, 2,000, 3,800, 4,200. So 4,200 watts, standard motherboard, all the plugs you need, Ethernet, all that stuff. So what we want to do is, we want to take this setup here, and we want to plan out where the PDUs are going to go, where the Ethernet is going to go, and so on. So here's our current breakdown of how we want to build this out. Like I said again, we have 3 on top on that side, 3 on top on that side, and it'll be just, the metal will be cut, it'll fit right in the container at that height. We're going to create no backflow, so there'll be no hot air blowing back. You can see that each one of these is close, but not too close, right? We don't want it to be too tight, especially when you load them up with GPUs. It gets very heavy. So we want to create some spacing, like a 1/4 inch spacing, a little bit less than a 1/4 inch. So that way, on the other opposite side over here, on the opposite side, we'll have a handle here. We can grab that handle and pull this guy out. Now imagine he's full of GPUs, right? It's very heavy, full of GPUs. So we got to pull from the bottom, pull them out just enough so you can actually grab them with 2 hands and then take them down. That's in the situations where the GPU just doesn't work at all, you know, like the Octominer is just really glitching out, or maybe something happened like the motherboard died or whatever it is. Very rare, but it will happen once in a while, so you have to make sure you can pull it out of there. Now, in terms of backflow, like I said, we're only going to have 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, no other backflow that's going back in, so basically there'll be pressurized air here. It's all blowing out, and we don't want any of the hot air to go in between the Octominer and blow us back in there and get sucked in by the fans. We don't want that to happen. But you can see how tight it is here. Then for these holes here, we're gonna have these holes probably put maybe 2x4 on the other side, or maybe a piece of metal, so that none of the hot air goes into the hole and gets, again, sucked out there and gets sucked into the fans of the Octominer. Now for the PDU, we're going to be running some 3-phase PDUs. So you can imagine we have a panel, let's say it's 600 amp panel, and we're going to have 3-phase, so 3 copper wires running from the panel on the floor, is how we plan to do it, on the floor, under the rack, so in the middle somewhere, running from the panel. It'll run all the way down here. Maybe we'll probably pick this up a little bit higher, but it'll run all the way down here, and then the PDU will just sit here. So I have one PDU maybe on that side, and one PDU on that side. Both of them are 3-phase, and they will be like 100 amps or whatever amps we need. They'll be like set up like that, and then we will plug in all the Octominers into those PDUs. So you can imagine there's 10 here, 10 there, and then 6 on top. They all plug into those PDUs. It depends which ones we're going to get. We're still thinking about, different versions of PDUs, but that's how we want to build it out. Probably 2 on the bottom. Now, if we need more than that, we can also put some over here. On this rail right here, we'll have another PDU, and then maybe another one here. We'll also take these Octominers, we'll flip them, because we want those power supplies there to plug into the PDUs, right? So the power supplies are right here, and then just have a small little plug, goes right into the PDU right there. Then will run 3-phase, and so on. So we can also run our wires behind this. If we have a PDU here, it'll have the 3 phases run down this column here and run down and then go under the rack. So that's how we want to run it. Now in terms of Ethernet, so this is 26 Octominers here, right? So we need 26 Ethernets. So what we're going to do is we're going to run one Ethernet cord from the main box, so from whatever we're running, like Comcast or whatever it is. We're going to have that one Ethernet run under everything, and it's going to plug into another switch here at the bottom, probably like a 48 port switch or maybe a 24. This is a 26, so we need more than 24 port. So it'll run to probably like a 48 port switch. That 48 port switch will then have Ethernet coming out of it. That'll come out, go around these corners, right, and plug into the Octominers here. Also go around this corner and then plug into the Octominers here. Again, this will be switched around. And then the rest of the Ethernets will go up top and plug into the 6 miners at the top. So that's how we're going to run our Ethernet. So it's going to be very, very clean. We don't want any wires. We don't want any wires, any Ethernet to be here somewhere, kind of like between the GPUs, because we don't want the GPU heat to blow in on the Ethernet. We don't want the GPU heat to be blowing onto the outlets or the cords, actually. We don't want it to blow on the cords because we're going to lose efficiency on that power usage. So we don't want anything blowing like that. We want it to be nice and clean, everything out of the way, everything looks good and all that stuff. So that's our current build out. And again, this is a 26 miners per basically per section, and it's 76 inches at the bottom from the center of that post to the beginning of this one. 76 inches, and then you go 76 more, 76 more, 76 more throughout the whole entire container. Now in terms of the container, so the container will have a door here, most likely, the door to enter the backflow of the container. So what that means is we're going to have this blowing out heat through the back, right? Blowing it out of the container. But we want to have enough space where we can walk into the back of the container and, unplug the Ethernet. Let's say this rig went down. We need to unplug the Ethernet, unplug the power supplies, and then push this rig that way so we can pull it out from the other side. To do that, we need to have space. So we have to walk behind the rigs here. So we walk behind the rigs, and then we unplug what we need to unplug. And for that, you need about probably like 2 feet space. So you can actually get in there like this. Imagine my feet getting in there. And then I can work on, or whoever's at Crypto LLC can work on these rigs here. So about like 2 feet, maybe about this distance right here where my hand is, we'll have the actual end of the container. So the container will end right here. That way we can put rebar, kind of put like a hex rebar, you know, like a bunch of rebars like this, a bunch of rebars like this. So that way no one can enter the container and try to take a miner or whatever. We also have a fence built out for our facility. We have, you know, the alarm system, the camera system, a barbed wire fence. We have all these things set up, but still, you also still want to have that rebar there so no one can just stick their hand in there and try to grab an Octominer and run off with it, or get inside and start taking apart things and taking off GPUs. So you have to have that rebar there to prevent any potential, you know, theft that way. And again, door here, so you open the door, you walk in. So yeah, so that's currently our current setup here. That's how we're gonna run it. Hope you guys liked the video. You know what to do, hit like, subscribe. You see, we're building out nice farms, creating nice setups like this. We can create something like this for you. So if you're looking for GPU mining, you're looking for ASIC mining. If you haven't seen our ASIC videos, make sure you check out the channel. We have videos posted previously. You can look at those ASIC videos, see the farm build out there. We can build you the same exact thing. And for GPUs, you can see a build out, something similar to this, we can build out for you. Again, this is all done on containers. You don't need permits for containers. You don't need any certain or any special license or anything, because it's a movable object. Very, very easy to build out on any farm or any property and put your farm there. So very, very easy build out. Make sure you guys check out cryptollc.org if you want to build out a farm, GPU or ASIC. That's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. Like, subscribe. Until next time, bye.